Welcome to another SheSpark chat. My name is Thea Wood. I am co-publisher of SheSpark, and I am here today very excited to introduce you to Emily Kuvin of Emily Kuvin Jewelry Design. And she's coming to us live from New Hampshire. Hello, Emily.
Hello, Thea. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's great to have you here. Before we get started with the interview that we're going to do today, I wanted to give a little introduction to you. First of all, like so many people nowadays, I found you on Instagram. Emily's designs started coming past my feed, and I was so enamored with them that we started talking, and I asked her to if she would like to be part of a designer spotlight with SheSpark, and she enthusiastically agreed. And even more exciting, she agreed to do this on video because Emily comes from a broadcast journalism background. Isn't that right?
That is right. I've had a few careers, and my first was as a journalist in television, and I was a news anchor and reporter. I started in Macon, Georgia, and I moved to Lexington, Kentucky, eventually through Boston, and as a correspondent for Court TV in the mid-90s.
Oh, neat. Okay. Well, the good news is that you're pretty comfortable in front of the camera, and you are actually our first video chat for Designer Spotlight. So we're pretty excited about that.
Okay. Happy to oblige.
Excellent. Well, and for the audience out there, after what we're going to do is we'll have this posted on our YouTube channel as well as on SheSpark.com. And you can also see other interviews under our Designer Spotlight at SheSpark.com. But for now, we're just going to jump in and start asking Emily all kinds of fun questions. Are you ready, Emily?
I'm ready.
Excellent. Okay. Well, first of all, like I said in the introduction, I immediately fell in love with your designs, centered specifically around your Stella Collection. And it's very energetic, it's modern, it's fun, and you're wearing a starburst necklace right now. And I would love if you could tell the audience, where did this concept come from?
I don't often wake up with fully formed ideas. It makes me think of Athena jumping out of Zeus's head, like ready to go, But I did actually wake up with this vision of the Stella star in my head, and I drew it one morning. I think it had been percolating inside my head for a while, and of course I refined it and went back and forth, figuring out how many diamonds I wanted to sprinkle around the center stone, and how many points the star should have. And it's sort of you can view it as a sun or a star. Of course, one is a subset of the other, so it doesn't really matter.
Sure.
And Stella is Latin for star, and it just really came to me as an inspiration. And I love the shape because I can do so many things with it, and I've worked so many pieces into this collection. I have so many more in my head that I'm translating to paper and eventually into finished jewelry. And as you said, it's contemporary, it's energetic, it's fun, but it doesn't take itself too seriously. I think, it works for almost any occasion and almost any person.
Exactly. In fact, it's a fine jewelry piece, and you're wearing it with a more casual outfit today, so it can go either way. You can dress it up or dress it down. And one of the things that I saw in your fact sheet was that there's a little bit of that comic book action kapow to it. And I love that pop culture reference.
Yes, exactly. It reminds me of old comic books, where it's like kapow. And then Roy Lichtenstein, of course, picked that up with a lot of his pop art and op art, which I love. And it's beautiful and it's elegant and it's colorful, but it's a little tongue in cheek,
It is. And you also have this create your own constellation format, and this is a way of personalizing the jewelry. Can you share with us how that works?
Absolutely. So I don't know how well you can see, but I'm actually wearing two necklaces from the collection right now. One is the larger Stella necklace, the original star, and the other is what I call the mini Stella, which is obviously a smaller Stella. And then I also have what I call the Stellina, which is the mid-size. I don't know how well you can see, but this is a mid-size necklace from the collection.
I see.
And you can mix them up. You can mix them up with different colored stones because I do them in all different colored stones. Each piece has a little sprinkling of diamonds. The mini Stella has just the sprinkling either of diamonds or whatever stones you want. And then, of course, I have other pieces, earrings. Right now I'm wearing mini Stella stud earrings, but I have the Stellina earrings. I have the big double Stella earrings. I have triple Stellina earrings. You can see all this, you know, if you look at the collection online, but you create your own constellation, your own collection of stars that either mean something to you or just appeals to you aesthetically.
Right.
And you can match them depending on the occasion. You don't have to wear them all at once, obviously.
Exactly. And then they turn into kind of a one-of-a-kind conversation piece, if you will. Especially as a gift, I think they're fabulous gift ideas. And what would something in a starting price point be for creating your own constellation?
So I do them in 14 karat gold, and I also produce them in sterling silver. So the starting price for the smallest piece in sterling silver, which would be a mini Stella single necklace in sterling silver, is $290.
And what type of stones come with that?
That would be a semi-precious stone. So the mini Stella would say amethyst or peridot or garnet or blue topaz or any kind of topaz. Very beautiful. I sell a lot of those. I sell a lot of the Stellina, which is the mid-sized star with a center blue topaz, a little sprinkling of diamonds around it, or an amethyst. My daughter's a purple girl. She loves the amethyst.
Sure.
What have you. And that runs, the mid-size runs about $580, $590 for the silver.
Gotcha. And that sounds like a really good birthday gift too, because all of those sound like birthstones to me.
Absolutely. So you can go with a stone you just happen to like. My birthstone's diamonds. I happen to like diamonds, so it works out.
Awesome.
But there are plenty of birthstones. Tourmaline is one of the October birthstones. Opal is another one. Amethyst, peridot, ruby, sapphire. We do precious stones as well. So whatever the birthstone is, or a color that people like, or it's just meaningful, it can be whatever you want it to be, which is another way you create your own constellation. And then for the mini Stella in gold, those with a semi-precious stone, those are about $740, I believe.
Okay.
All the way up to sort of we have a grand Stella necklace with many, many, many big stars in gold, and that's $15,000. But it goes, it runs the gamut.
Got it. Well, and listening to these price points, it begs the question. All right, so fine jewelry, in my opinion, is a lot tougher. First of all, you're looking at the upfront investment that you as a designer have to make.
Yes.
There's the higher price point retail wise. There are fewer retailers that carry fine jewelry compared to costume jewelry. Yes. And, there is that special occasion only mentality. So as a designer, Emily, why did you choose to go the fine jewelry route?
Well, it's a very good question. And I think I did not decide. I didn't sit down and decide, I want to go the fine jewelry route as opposed to the unfine jewelry route. It was really more about what would I want, right? I mean, I think to a certain extent, we all represent our audiences, right?
Sure.
Or our customers. You're a representative of your audience. I am representative of my clientele or my audience. And I'm designing for a woman like you, like me, like really from 20-something to 70-something, but people who have some style, they value quality over quantity, and they're interested in something that's new and that's innovative and that's going to be valuable to them and also good value for the money. So I don't want 10 schlocky, costumey necklaces that are going to either fall apart or not be in style next year. Right. I'd rather have something that maybe one or two pieces of something that's that's real, that's gold, or that's a diamond, or that's sterling silver, that's going to be meaningful to me, is not going to go out of style in 6 minutes, and is going to last for forever.
I agree. And, you know, we also are starting to see a turnaround in our culture of people opting for quality over quantity, surpassing the idea of the throwaway fashion, which jewelry can also be a part of, and looking for something that can be a keepsake and an heirloom that they can hand down for generations. And I'm a big believer in cost per wear.
Yes.
So you look at something that you can wear for a lifetime, and suddenly the dollar signs are, they don't mean anything anymore, because you've had this for your lifetime, and then you're handing it on to somebody else at whatever time you deem appropriate. And it becomes a very special sentimental piece. And clearly this is working for you, because you were invited to participate in the big event pitch in New York. And that's the JA New York's big event pitch, which is in front of a group of panelists. And I wanted to, first of all, congratulate you on being invited.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know that we had a Bergdorf representative there. We had Maurice Badler. We had, I know the branding expert from The Viewpoint was there. And the description of it and what I read about it, it kind of reminded me of the auditions that they do for Project Runway, where they have to go up in front of people and present. And I just wanted to find out why you did it, and what did you get out of it?
Well, it was a wonderful opportunity, and anytime I can get thoughtful and constructive feedback on my work, I welcome it, you know, because why not? Why wouldn't you want that? If you can find out what's working, what's not working, how to improve something, or just gauging people's reactions and the success of a certain piece or a certain design. It was a little bit like, I mean, it clearly was kind of like an audition. I mean, you think like, you had, 5 minutes, make your pitch. And it reminded me of an old TV live shot when I used to sort of stand out at the scene of a news story and go, and you had 1:30 to tell the story. I thought, I mean, frankly, I got very positive feedback. It was wonderful. People really liked the Stella designs. They also liked the classical collection, but I got a lot of really great response to the Stella collection, and the idea of layering pieces and creating your own constellation. I also have some new rings in the collection, and those are really fun as well. And I got a lot of oohs and ahs in response to the rings.
Now, were the rings, so you did pitch those, you pitched the rings as well, and so they had the feedback on that too?
Yes, I don't know if you can see.
Gotcha. Oh, bring it in.
Can you see?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely fun.
Yeah, and that goes well. They stack with these other stackable rings I have with a little sprinkling of diamonds or whatever stones you want. And so again, create your own constellation. You can do
Yes, absolutely, from the ears down.
That's all the way down. And so that's really fun. And similar to your question about costume jewelry, I'm not chasing trends. I'm not interested in figuring out what's hot now. I mean, I just won't win that game. Like you just,
right.
My dog is visiting.
Oh, hi, pup. Does she have a Stella collar?
Someday, if I sell enough necklaces, I'll invest in a Stella collar, but not yet. But the rings, as it happens, stackable rings are very, very fashionable, and they're really fun, and they allow people to do what they want. So these rings fit right into that style. On the other hand, I'm very proud of the fact, and the woman from Bergdorf's actually noted and agreed with me, that the width of my rings, it's not a lot of these stackable rings are it's almost like wires. They're tiny because you're supposed to put 10 on.
Yes.
Or rings are too thick. This is perfect to wear by itself, and I've sold some that people are using as wedding bands or a casual wedding ring.
Nice.
Or you can put 2 or 3 on together, and they also look good. It's about 8 8 millimeters, and it's just perfect.
It's
Not,
just a good size for most fingers.
that's right. Even my little fingers.
Right. Well, which is, oh my gosh, I know how that feels because I go into some stores and I can't find anything in my size that I like. I tend to have a small ring finger, and it's nice to know that we have all the sizes that you would like to choose from.
Oh, absolutely. And the rings are generally made to order. I mean, I always have some in inventory, but if you wanted a ring in the size 5, which is a small size, then we get you a ring in a size 5.
You can get that going on. Okay, so we talked about Bergdorf's as being one of the panelists on the Big Pitch event. If you were to look at all the fashion designers or all the fashion retailers out there, I know that you're working in boutiques right now and a lot of your sales are online, but what would you see the Emily Kuvin Stella Collection being in for a national retailer or working with a national fashion designer?
Oh, it's a really good question, Thea. I see my customer as maybe a woman who might shop at Neiman Marcus or Saks Fifth Avenue, somewhere where there's a fashion forward and a contemporary vibe to the jewelry boutiques that they have in those stores. But the quality is paramount and design is important, and not salesmanship, but sales help. Someone there to talk to you, to help you, to curate what are in the displays, and to talk to the customers and to figure out what's best for that particular customer. We're not looking for quick sale and never see you again. You know, someone who really wants to collect fine jewelry, if you will, and takes pride in assembling their own collection, her own constellation.
Absolutely. Well, and so for now, like we said, a lot of your transactions come through online, and obviously, like I said, I found you on Instagram. What is your first of all, what is your website address, and what is your Instagram handle?
So it's very simple. My website is emilykuvin.com, and it's Emily, standard spelling, EMILY, KUV as in Victor, I N as in Nancy.com. And then on Instagram, it's at Emily Kuvin, same spelling, jewelry design. So at Emily Kuvin jewelry design.
Excellent. And for those, again, who would like to go back and see this video, we are recording, and it will be available on YouTube's SheSpark's YouTube channel, as well as at SheSpark.com. If you do a search on designer spotlights, all of our designer spotlights will come forward, including Emily Kuvin's. And again, this is our first designer spotlight that is in video chat format, which we're very excited and hope that we start this as a trend.
Yes.
Are there any last pieces of information that you would like to share as far as the collection or any upcoming events?
No, but I see my dog walking.
Hi, puppy. Someone's back. I think somebody wants to be a star.
Sorry. Coming up, well, the holidays are a wonderful time to start someone's personal Stella collection, and I have a lot of pieces in inventory with classical collection and the Stella collection that's coming up. I'm also newly launched on firstdibs.com, so you can see my work there as well as on my own website and purchase it through First Dibs. And I'm working with a private jeweler, one in Nantucket and one in New York City, who is going to have a big launch party very soon. And so we'll have some announcements about that. And I'm very excited about working with both of these women. They're both women who have these terrific, innovative ideas about how to reach new audiences for jewelry.
Well, I'm very excited for you on all of those fronts. And hey, it takes a village, doesn't it?
It does. It does. You have to fire on all cylinders and try lots of different things. I think it's really important. What I'm trying to figure out now and what I'm working on now is new ways to reach people who'd be interested in my jewelry. Stores are wonderful, and it's important to work with them, and they know how to market and talk to people, and that is all fabulous. But how do you stand out in a field of jewelry designers online, or how do you reach people directly? That's the challenge. That's the challenge.
It is for everyone, and I think you're doing an outstanding job, and so appreciate that you came here to share some of the information about your Stella collection and your process, and we hope to have you back again.
Well, thank you. I would love that. Thank you so much for having me.
You're so welcome. Everybody, have a great day, and remember to visit SheSpark.com the next time you're online. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.